Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm doing something different. This is my first episode of my podcast. It's called That Village Girl Podcast. And I'm your host, Helen. I've been trying to record this episode for quite some time now and I've been beating around, and I noticed that the reason why I'm beating around so much is because I'm scared. I'm basically scared to come back to this channel again after I've disappeared for some time. I'm basically scared to pursue my goals, or rather my dreams, which is something that I believe I'm not the only person who goes through. So regardless of how imperfect this episode, I decided to just get on here and just record. So that's what I'm doing. If it's not perfect, bear with me. But the plan for this podcast is to help you claim your power back, or rather share with you my life lessons in hope that will inspire you and share the knowledge and resources that can help you claim your power back, as I'm claiming my power back in 2025. I know I start certain things and leave them behind. I've started projects before that I've never completed, and that's always haunted me. So I've decided to turn that into a podcast because I know I can't be the only human being who procrastinate this much. So the goal is to show up for yourself regardless of how imperfect you are. As here I am, I believe 2025 is a year of execution, and I'm here to execute my goals. As scared as I am, as unsure as I am, and as imperfect as I am, because my dreams can't afford to stay in the backseat anymore. I don't feel fulfilled, and as a mother, I can't have my children growing up knowing that in life you just slack off and not do anything for your life. So this is the birth of That Village Girl Podcast. 2025, we're claiming our power back. 2025, we're claiming that girl mentality or that boy mentality. It doesn't matter who you are, because when it comes down to it, we all have the power and we all are capable of achieving our dreams. But it starts with just one thing: doing the work. So we're doing the work this year, and I'll be here cheering on. I hope you tune in weekly to whatever lesson I have to share with you, knowledge or resources. There's just so many things out there to help us achieve our goals and dreams, and to help us constantly show up for ourselves. We deserve better. Personally, as someone who grew up through hardships, I am surprised when I go through something and I'm like, fear, who are you? I used to be braver than this. A short background on me: my mom died when I was 13 years old, and I was raised by my older sister, who then passed on when I was 21. And growing up in a child-headed household, I knew poverty far too well, as much as I knew loss. And after I've lost my sister had 2 kids, and my younger sister was 15 at the time. The girl's responsibility became my full responsibility. And I knew then that I had to do everything in my power, everything I possibly can, to help sustain these kids. And I worked any job that I could find to help sustain this kid. I couldn't afford to lay back or to slack behind, because these kids were now depending on me for their survival. So I know working hard actually does pay off. As we're talking now, the girls are fully grown, they're grown women, and they're living their lives. But looking back now, how many years has it been? 2015 to 2025. It's been 10 years already. It's been 10 years. Looking back and looking at how grown the girls are, I'm like, we did this. But most importantly, I did this. I built a home for these kids. I put a roof over their head. I put clothes on their back. I did it. And if I could do that, there's nothing else that could ever fail me. And I know that you have your challenges too. You've had your ups and downs in life. But look back to that one time where you actually achieved something and keep reminding yourself of the power that you had then, how you felt. Your path your path may have not been as clear, but you kept going. You were consistent. You kept finding ways to keep building yourself. That's the mentality that I would urge you to bring into the year 2025, because this is the year of greatness. And there's no greatness without execution. There's no greatness without consistency. There's no greatness without you putting yourself out there. So we are doing the work. Do the work. Do the work. Join me and let's do the work. This is That Village Girl podcast. And until next time, keep chasing your dreams, keep believing in yourself, and keep doing the work. If you found this episode helpful, please consider subscribing to the podcast. It makes well the difference. See you next week.